Ho ho ho, 'tis the season to watch terrible Christmas movies. I have searched far and wide for the best so bad it's good Christmas movie, and I think I found it. Have you ever been watching Home Alone and you thought to yourself, damn, there is a serious lack of male strippers in this festive family movie? Well, never fear, you are in luck. Behold, The Merry Gentleman. So I'll give you a brief synopsis on this gem. Our main character Ashley is a Broadway dancer and she ends up getting fired and has to go home to her family for the Christmas. Oh, the horror! Upon returning home, she realizes that her family's business is not doing too hot. But lucky for them, their daughter is a genius and knows exactly how to bring life back into this family establishment. That's right. Strippers! So strap in and let's watch a bunch of ripped Santies dance the night away together. The movie begins by showing us why our main character has not seen her family in 3 years. Pure talent. That's right, folks. She hasn't seen her family in years because she is a part of a Christmas dance group in Broadway called the Jingle Bells. I like the name, to be honest. It has a little bit of a twang to it. I like it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Christmas-themed Broadway shows only happen during Christmas time, yes? So what are you doing the other 11 months, mate? What, you did plenty of time to go back and visit the fam. Surely there must be some other reason. Maybe they don't agree with her choice to go off to Broadway. Maybe they have an embarrassingly big collection of Beyblades with a super ultra rare Pegasus. Or maybe they run a super secret underground crime ring where they sell women off to the highest... Sorry, what's that? Wait, so they're actually really chill people who go out of their way to help anyone in need?
Off with their heads!
Right, so that's enough about her evil hellspawn parental figures. But during that epic performance that I just showed you, Ashley made a fatal error. She lost her footing for a single second. How could she? How can you even call yourself a dancer after something like that? But Ashley is a little flustered after this mishap, but she powers through like the true girl boss that she is. Literally right after this scene, Ashley is then introduced to the newest member of, what's the name? Jingle Bells? Yeah, that's the one. Who is a younger woman. And for some unforeseen reason, Ashley and her friend are just passively aggressively mean to this woman.
I think it's great that you guys are still at it after all these years. Any advice for a newbie?
After all these years.
Right after this, she is told that the boss wants to speak with her. Maybe this is karma for the way she treated the new girl, but she got fired. And the reason behind her boss firing her is because apparently she's too old. This woman, right on the screen, the one that you're looking at right in the eyes right now, she looks old? Are you crazy? There goes my dream of being on Broadway, goddamn. But it is obvious that Ashley is upset about this, but she doesn't want her boss to see. So she bottles it up like an adult. But just after she leaves the office and the door just shuts behind her, she lets this out. I don't know why I find this so funny, but I just do. That boss would have definitely heard that scream. Just imagine it from her perspective. What? Me? I'm fired because I'm too old and wrinkly? Oh. Okay, I see how it is. Thank you for your time. Her boss definitely heard that, unless she done the typical silent scream that we all done as a kid after your mother says, no, you're not allowed to hang out the 3rd story window ever again. I was a weird child. Later in the movie, we see Ashley talking to her parents on the phone, and her father tells her that he just bought 2 tickets to go see her show for the first time in Broadway, which Ashley quickly follows up by telling them that no, she actually wants to go home for Christmas this year, completely skipping over the fact that she got fired. And for some reason, her parents just do not question this whatsoever, and for some reason, the father does not burst a blood vessel, considering how fucking pricey those tickets are. But quite literally, the next scene, this movie is edited very weird. Ashley returns home and she's talking to her parents and her family and stuff. And somehow, the parents are completely aware of the fact that their daughter was fired, even though we were never shown that she told them. We actually saw her withhold the information from them instead. Continuity errors, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot of them in this movie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for what everyone wants to see in a Christmas movie. The unlikely love interest who the main character doesn't like at the start of the movie, but for some unforeseen reason begins to like them. Or love. Ooh. You like boys. But back to the movie, we get introduced to this said love interest in one of the most, honestly, relatable things I've ever seen.
Whoa, hey, watch it. Come on, hold on.
Okay.
I think you're going the wrong way.
All right, maybe you should just let go. It should be fine.
I'm gonna-
I hate it when that happens. But this fine gentleman right here is Luke. After Ashley almost gets assassinated by the spirit of Christmas, we cut to Ashley talking with her parents and we find out that Luke has actually been helping them with a few repairs for free of charge, just out of the courtesy of his own heart. Now, I'm not going to touch on this relationship too much because I'm pretty sure you can all guess how this goes. They have a weird rivalry at the start until she realizes that he has a hot bod with ripped abs, a bulging chest, cookie dough eyes, and... Sorry. What are we talking about again? Right after Ashley gets a front row seat to this man's abdominals, the mother from Wizards of Waverly Place comes in and gives Ashley her acceptance letter to Hogwarts School for Witchcraft and wrong script. Oopsie. She comes in and tells Ashley that if her family doesn't start pushing P, as the youth would say, then this business that her mother and father has worked tirelessly to keep going will be replaced by a juice bar. And because Ashley really loves this place, you know, evident by the fact that she hasn't returned in 3 years, she pulls a plan out of her arse saying that they're gonna have one of their biggest shows in 2 weeks' time. That show is... That's right, folks. A male stripper dance group called the Merry Gentlemen for all the families to enjoy. She even has the audacity to rope Luke into this as well. And because of the fact that, you know, she lied, we then get a montage of her training the boys how to strip, which you might be asking, how the fuck does a Broadway dancer know how to be a stripper? I don't know. So don't fucking question it again. Instead, just take a look at these moves. After an oddly short amount of time, we cut to the first night of the show, and it seems that Lukey boy here seems to be having a bit of performance anxiety. It's okay, mate. It happens to the best of us. Ashley tries to calm him down by giving him a surprisingly good piece of advice. Is it me? I can put the furry suit on if it helps. Fuck! I really need to delete that script. But jokes aside, here's the actual piece of advice.
All you have to do is just look out into the audience and find a friendly face. You know, focus on their eyes, their smile, and then use that, funnel it into your performance.
As I said, this is actually some pretty solid advice, and it does end up giving Luke the confidence to go out there and put on the performance of a lifetime. As I said, we get to see many of their performances, all their different teams, their different dance numbers. But one thing I need to point out is they are oddly short. We see most of them, at least, from start to finish. So are you telling me that all of these women came here with their friends night after night to watch a singular 5-minute performance that costs $30 fucking dollars? I can only suspend my disbelief so far, movie, but these shows seem to be doing increasingly well night after night. And after each night, they are slowly but surely making their way to their 30k goal. Not sure if I mentioned that in the video already, but they're trying to reach a $30,000 goal so they don't go out of business. Maybe should have mentioned that earlier. Jesus Christ, Patrick. Now, one thing I need to say about this movie is surprisingly its lack of drama. Usually with these types of movies where someone's trying to save a business or whatnot, usually there's a little wrench that gets thrown into the mix and stirs up the pot a little bit. Maybe something that stops the show from happening or stops somebody from getting to their business or whatever. There's a lot of pressure behind them and blah de blah de blah. But in this movie, we don't really get that. Things seem to go pretty fucking swimmingly. Like, yeah, on their big sold out night, it was the most people they ever had in the fucking, you know, bar. One of the members of the group, Roger, ends up spraining his ankle because he slipped on ice outside. And it is right before they are supposed to go outside and put on their performance in front of a sold out crowd. They have a bit of a panic. The 3 group members then decide to go out by themselves and just wing it. And that doesn't go very well at all. They come back into the dressing room and they are greeted by one of the old men who has been in the movie since the beginning. He's usually just, you know, in the background doing fucking crossword puzzles or some shit. But he comes in and offers his services. He says that he knows the entire routine. How fucking convenient. But I'd be lying if I said Gramps did not kill it. Look at him go.
Go Gramps, go Gramps, go Gramps.
Do a flip.
Grab his dick and twist it!
But just as things are looking up and everything's going well for the show, Ashley then gets a call from her old boss, you know, the one who said she's old, who offers her old job back because, you know, the younger talents that they got in just wasn't cut out for the job. But Ashley decides that she's going to take the job, and one thing I did not mention is the boss tells her that she has to be there for New Year's Eve, which is the big finale of The Merry Gentlemen. So of course when the group members find out about this, they're a little perturbed, they're quite upset. But no one is more upset than Luke, because she is not going to be there for the final show. And obviously Luke's a bit scared about this because his friendly face won't be in the crowd. But at this point in the movie, their relationship has kind of blossomed a little bit more, and they shared a kiss and stuff. They had a few cute moments here and there. So Luke isn't just upset because he's not going to be able to perform. He's more upset about the fact that he finally opened up to a girl, let a girl in, and now she's telling him that she's leaving him. I feel you there, brother. I feel you there. That hits home. Obviously feeling bad about this, Ashley tries to call Luke. Not 2, not 3, not even 4, 1 single time. Yes, that is the mark of a true woman. She really wanted to get in touch with this man, so she called him a single time and gave up when he didn't answer. That's so funny to me. So on the day of the flight, she goes to her family business to talk to her sister, who was sitting in the bar alone. And during this conversation, she starts opening up to her sister about how she feels about this man, and it is one of the first like romantic relationships she has ever had feelings towards, because she was always so focused on dancing. And now this moment I find fucking hilarious, because as they are leaving, we see Luke is huddled behind a table doing what I can only see as carpentry work, fixing the table. And the reason I find this so funny is because the sister was sitting in the bar by herself before Ashley arrived. And if Luke was doing carpentry that entire time, how did she not know that he was there? You know, I'm not too knowledgeable in the art of carpentry, but I'm aware that it's not the most quiet profession in the land, but right after this, Ashley gets into a taxi and makes her way to the airport. But given the fact that it is Christmas Eve, there is traffic out the wazoo. But we cut back to the bar and the Merry Gentlemen are preparing for their biggest performance yet. And when the show starts, each member starts coming out one by one and doing a little dance solo to themselves. And everyone seems to be nailing it. They're all having a blast of a time, everything's going smoothly. And that is until Luke comes out. When Luke comes out, he freezes on stage. He panics, he doesn't know what to do. And do you want to know why that is? Because he doesn't see his friendly face in the crowd. But just as things seem to be going horribly wrong in true love story fashion, Ashley miraculously comes back into the bar. And as soon as Luke sees her, he gets the confidence and decides to start busting some moves. Now this is one of those movie tropes that I don't think works really well. It's very predictable, you know what's going to happen. Like if a character is saying that they're moving away or anything like that in a movie, you know something's going to get in the way or they're going to change their mind last second. It's so overdone as well, so can we please just stop? Please? The only time that has ever worked for me was when Rachel got off the plane. I will live by that to the day I die. That's the only time it was ever good. But basically the day is saved and they are able to earn all the money they needed to keep the bar open a little longer. They have a nice wholesome family Christmas dinner in the bar. Luke and Ashley are officially together and they all lived happily ever after. The end. Now this movie is not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination, but I would be lying to myself if I didn't say I had a good time watching it. Yes, it is definitely in that it's so bad it's good little category, but I don't know if I'm a bit biased because of the Christmas vibe in these movies. I love Christmas, I love the spirit of Christmas, I love the feeling of Christmas, I love it all. And although this isn't a good movie per se, it gave me that feeling, you know? And that weirdly meant a lot to me. It's very weird. This is gonna get into a little bit of a sad subject, but I'm not sad about it, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna be talking about it, so don't worry. Like as I said, I love Christmas. I love the Christmas feeling. But in the past 2 Christmases, I haven't had that feeling whatsoever. Like usually whenever I seen the Christmas lights or anything like that, it just gave me so much joy and made me just feel happy. But in the past 2 years, a few things happened. I lost my grandmother, who was always used to come over and stay with us for Christmas for a few days. And unfortunately, I also lost my mother in the span of literally 5 or 6 months, which is fucking wild. And there was a few other things like breakups and losing friends and losing my dog and stuff like that. A lot of stuff that just built up up over like that 1 year. Just a lot of stuff that happened just back to back to back. Some things really bad, other things not so bad. Like my guy, I got fucking pummeled. I would have had a better chance in a ring with Mike Tyson than I did that year. That all happened in a year, which is why I'm happy I made this video, because watching this movie kind of re-sparked that little feeling of Christmas spirit in me. You know, it wasn't anything like extraordinary or anything, but it was something. And I haven't had something in a while, you know? And for that alone, I'm gonna say that I liked this movie. But yeah, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I was going to get like Christmas lights and stuff for the background, make it more festive, but I forgot. So, sorry. And we also need to hit 1K by the end of the year, boys. We are stupidly close. We are like, what, 60 subscribers away? So thank you all for that. I keep saying it every video, but I'm never gonna stop. I hope you get used to it. But I don't want to make this outro too long. So with that said, folks, leave a like, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to click on the video at the end screen, because that is a video of mine that YouTube thinks you will like the most. But yeah, folks, with that said, it's been EXO, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, folks.